Welcome to the Lakeshow podcast, our weekly deep dive into the biggest stories and news surrounding the Los Angeles Lakers. Chris McGee, Mike Bresnahan, Andy Kamenetzky joining us today.
Hey,
Allie not with us.
She's on vacation.
She's on vacation.
She's in the Midwest.
And we look like we're doing a financial podcast.
We're the esteemed gentleman here. This is really, I mean,
should I take the jacket off or keep it on?
Keep it on, AK. It's you. Yeah.
Are you Bitcoin? I'm going to reduce my Apple position.
It's all about venture capitalism these days.
Did you have a good summer, by the way?
I did have a good summer.
Yeah?
A very good summer.
Family?
Yeah. It's a lot
of working? I heard you on the radio a lot.
It was a lot of working and a lot of taking my daughter to various volleyball practices.
Yeah, I understand that role.
Games.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, you guys want to get right into it, Brez?
Let's do it.
All right, guys. Pelinka and Jeanie Buss took a trip and a visit to Luka ahead of the official start of Eurobasket. Lakers showing love to Luka. You got to love that. Jeanie was rocking a Luka jersey at opening game, which was pretty cool. Brez, do you like this move?
I do. Look, it's not like they went to Palm Springs to hang out with Luka. I mean, they really dedicated a big portion of a week or two to head out there. Obviously not a short flight to get to Europe there. And I think it's what the Lakers have done historically. I mean, you know, this team rolls out the red carpets for stars. Why? Because they understand the importance of star power. Mm-hmm. It has served them well ever since Jerry Buss purchased the team in the late 70s. I'd say they've had a pretty good run since those days. Magic Johnson, obviously, the first star that he had his eye on in that draft. And I'll tell you what, it just keeps going and going since then. And this is the latest and greatest example of them reaching out to one of their stars and saying, you know what, we got you.
I mean, here's the thing. I know Luka already signed the extension, and the Luka era has officially begun, but it's still a new relationship. And both sides are still building trust with each other. But we're seeing now signs on both sides of them going out of their way for each other. Luka helped recruit Marcus Smart, helped recruit DeAndre Ayton, obviously signed the extension. The Lakers have made it clear since minute one of Luka's arrival, you are the franchise face. You are the star we are going to build around moving forward. But they are showing that commitment by going to Poland to support Luka. Like, they don't have to do this. And I don't even think Luka would have been upset if they did. Like, I'm not even sure it would have dawned on Luka that they would show up in the first place.
Maybe they surprised them.
They might have. But either way, these are things that you do to keep reinforcing to Luka, you are our guy.
Nothing says we are going to build around you and want you to be with us for the next decade than going to Europe to watch Eurobasket. He's the first player, by the way, because he played today. This is the first game when we're doing this. He had 30-plus points, 5 steals, and 5-plus assists. First player in Eurobasket history to do that. 30-plus points, 5-plus assists, 5-plus steals, Brez.
Yeah, I mean, he passed the eye test when I sat down with him for about 5 minutes after his big extension press conference a few weeks ago. It's like, oh, yeah, he's been working out a little bit. Yeah. Damn. It's been a good couple months for Luka off the court. And it was really revealing to me that he said, and I think he talked to the media about this as well, he didn't touch a basketball for 1 month after the season ended. And to me, that's like, he probably said, I need to get away from all this. It's been a topsy-turvy season, to say the least. Traded from Dallas, the only place he knew in his NBA life, right in the middle of the season. And obviously, now that he's back on the court, we're reminded how good this guy really is. And the 5 steals, Geet, I'm not going to say he's an all-NBA defender, but he does get a lot of steals in games. Yeah. And sometimes it's gambling, whatever, but 5 steals is 5 steals.
Also had 9
that's
rebounds.
Impressive.
Yeah, impressive debut.
You mentioned just the idea of not picking up a basketball for a month. It must have been hard for him. It was, but this is what his trainers wanted him to do as part of this transformation that everybody's now calling Skinny Luka. And Luka also, too, like, obviously he's on a stage right now with Eurobasket being watched, but Luka's been showing off the revenge bod, if you will, this summer. He's
fired up.
Done the Today
A lot of people do when you go through a breakup.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if you're
he has been making
up on the gram, but that's what happens.
He has been making the rounds publicly, showing a little leg, wanting everybody to see this is the new version of Luka, and it feels like this is all a really big build up to a really big season.
Are you guys surprised that he's second, right behind Jokic and just in front of Shea in the early season MVP odds?
Only because so many so-called experts are saying the Lakers are going to be 5th in the West, 6th in the West. So having that being done, you're going to have the second guy, second best MVP candidate, in the league. It's a little counterintuitive to think that way. But, we'll let ESPN do what ESPN does.
Yeah.
And, it's almost the shotgun approach sometimes. You do this and you do that, and we'll cover all our bases. But I just think Luka also, well, there's a guy named LeBron who, if he has a good season here in LA, just like he did last year, when he was a top 10 MVP vote getter, he might pull away some of those MVP votes from Luka.
It's not surprising to me because, A, Luka's always going to be in that top 5 MVP conversation because he's just that level of a player. But also MVP can be a narrative vote, and there's a hell of a narrative going on right now with Luka. Dallas traded him, sideswiped him when they did that, shell-shocked him, and then very much whisper campaign, bad-mouthing him on the way out. Luka then dedicates himself this offseason. This is all stuff that can help build a story. Stories matter for this stuff.
Okay, let's say Luka wins MVP at the end of the season. What does that look like in terms of his year, whether it's numbers-wise or whether Lakers?
Gaudy stats, which, again, we're used to from Luka. I think Luka's going to look like more of, if nothing else, a defensive neutral. Like maybe not a stopper or a plus defender, but somebody that's not going to be hurting you. And then in the meantime, unless Luka's numbers are just so insanely ridiculous that you have to look beyond playoffs or Western Conference standing, top 4 seed or higher.
Yeah.
That's what I always say. I know we had that one year where AI, when he was in Philly, the team was, 6th in the East, and he still got the MVP? Something like that, if I remember correctly. Please don't hate me if I'm wrong, AK.
Russ was like that. The year that Russ won MVP.
Yeah, they were
like 5th or 6th.
Yeah, that might have been the lowest.
Okay, so there are examples of players who have great years on teams that are not really a title contender. And maybe we'll see this. I do think the Lakers made enough moves that I think they'll be a better team on paper than they were last season, but will reflect it in the standings in a West that just gets better and better and better. If the Lakers were in the East, Geet, they'd finish 3rd for sure, maybe even 2nd.
Or first.
With all the injuries to, Boston and Indy. I mean, it's crazy.
So he had a 73-point game, remember. He had 2 60-point games, and he's had a 53-point game. Do you think he's getting 60 in a Laker uniform this year?
Well, one of those 60-point games we should note was a triple-double.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a 60-point game.
Triple-double.
60-point triple-double.
Yeah.
Got to the line. I just happened to be looking at these numbers today. Got to the line, I believe, 22 times in that game. I think it's certainly possible. The biggest detriment, I think, to Luka getting a 60-point game as a Laker, at least right now, is he's sharing the floor with LeBron.
Yes.
With Austin Reeves. DeAndre Ayton, Rui in their own right. Like, there may not be as much of a need for him to put up 60. Like, when Brez and I were covering the early part of Kobe's second go-around with Phil Jackson, some of those runs that Kobe went on, 50 points, it's because somebody needed to do
necessary.
Yeah.
He had 4 games in a row of 50 or more points, if I remember correctly. I mean, that's a ridiculous run.
Do you think he gets 60 this year? You wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I think AK's got it, right?
50 or 2.
Yeah, a couple 50s, just to say, hey, LA, put a stamp on it.
Or say, hey, Dallas.
We get a 60. This place is going crazy.
But I mean, let's keep in mind, he missed almost 2 months last year because of that injury, and the Lakers got him in February. It took him a couple weeks to get up to speed. Was he ever really, truly Luka?
No.
Last season? Probably not. He still had some really good games, too.
Great games. Still is right around 30 every game. Yeah. So ESPN ranked the top 5 players in Eurobasket. Do you think you can name them? Who's there right now?
Luka, Jokic, Giannis.
Yes.
Now I'm starting
2 more,
to reach.
Simone Fontecchio? No?
Bogdan Bogdanovic?
Let's just say, I'm going to give you guys a hint. I know this isn't the same show, but we did a show earlier, Access, and we talked a lot about this team. You're very high on this team.
Very high on this team.
The Orlando Magic.
Orlando Magic, Franz Wagner?
Yes.
Oh, of course.
I didn't know he was playing.
Who's the 5th? Mo Wagner?
No.
It's
a name we say a lot, Brez.
Oh, Şengün.
Şengün. Whenever we're playing the Rockets.
Yeah, we used to laugh at his name, make fun of it a little bit, but now we're not laughing so much.
Good player.
He's a good player.
So,
yeah. Alperen Şengün.
Luka 3. Yeah, Luka's 3, and then Franz is 4, and Şengün is 5.
They have Luka behind Giannis.
Yes, they have Jokic 1.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Well, maybe it's a defense thing. Giannis, block shots, gets And Giannis pretty fired up in the huddle the other night.
He slapped him. Open hand slap.
Right in the coconut. Just nailed him.
You did that to Brett and Justin one time, Nacho and you and Sweet Lou, remember?
They would fight
They weren't
back
paying
if
attention.
I ever did that.
They know what they did.
So we talked about Luka being
Love you, Brett.
being number 2 MVP.
To Justin.
You also had Jokic at 1. You had Shea at 3. Giannis and Ant were like kind of tied at 4. And then KD was sneaking in there at 5.
Yeah, I don't get that. There's a lot of other people on that team. I really don't get Giannis because what's that team going to win? 35
You kind
games?
of see it as a 3-person race.
40 games? I mean,
Shea.
yeah. Shea and Jokic, and then I think it's going to be a drop to whoever's a top 4 seed in
I
the
would
West.
not sleep on Ant. Like, I don't think Ant is going to win, but I think Ant could play well enough on a team that's going to be relevant. I would not sleep on Anthony Edwards.
Okay. All right.
As a top 5 guy at the very least.
The loss of Alexander Walker does not scare you.
The Naw loss is the Terrence Shannon Jr. gain. I think he's actually. I do think he's going to be have a good season.
Former Illini, right? Yeah.
You can see our MVP predictions right there, according to ESPN. It's Jokic, Luka, Shea, Giannis, Ant, and KD.
Yeah. Interesting. Really interesting.
If you're watching, you could be listening, and you're just going to have to,
You have to take
wherever
your
you
word
get your favorite
for it.
podcast, you have to take your word for it.
As you're working on your treadmill.
There was another list that came out because it's kind of that time of year where they do MVP, they do standings, playoffs, who's going to be this, where they talked about the teams that are going to take the biggest tumbles from one spot dropping all the way down. And the Bucks were number 1. And guys, the number 2 team, Los Angeles Lakers, saying they will drop from number 3 to number 6. So they will drop 3 spots. They also have Boston at 3, assuming they will drop from 2 to 4 or 5.
I think lower.
I'm just saying that's what they're going off of there.
This is a
the
silly
Suns are
list.
going to drop from in the playoffs to no longer being relevant.
They're going to be
The
relegated.
Sixers are going to drop from terrible to even being worse. And the Pacers also with the loss of Halliburton because he got injured in the NBA Finals, the loss of Miles Turner.
Here's my problem with this list, Geet. Okay, you're obviously penalizing the Bucks for the Lillard snapped Achilles. I get it. Shouldn't we also be penalizing the Celtics and the Pacers? I feel like Celtics should be 2. Celtics are handing away players right now. We could probably acquire Jaylen Brown for a couple boxes of donuts and a nice Spectrum Sportsnet coffee cup. Randy's Donuts, of course. We love Randy's. But yeah, I think the Lakers, first of all, what are they doing on this list? I think they're going to drop 2 games in the standings, fall from 3 to 6. Okay. But I mean, just Boston is going to be a shadow of itself for one season. And Indiana, without Halliburton, what are they going to, and no Miles Turner, what are they going to look like?
Something you just said, what do you guys think Big Game James would say? That's some.
He's some BS. Since we are on TV too.
But Brez, you hit on something. If you go from 3 to 6 in the Western Conference, it's only a couple games. But listen, to me, AK, if you're just in the top 6 in the West, it means you're having a damn good year. I think.
Yes, it does. And
is that really a tumble?
Remember, when they talked about who's going to take a tumble, they labeled this ESPN Team Turmoil. So the turmoil thing is, to me, why the Lakers are on this.
Because they still think LeBron.
Yes. I think there is an expectation, and also in this ESPN panel, and full disclosure, I work with ESPN.
Yeah, you do.
But
did you vote on this, AK?
I was not among the voters. I was not considered
we're friends
pundit
again,
enough.
You didn't have a ballot?
I was not considered pundit enough for this. I'm just on the radio side.
You're just pun.
But remember, LeBron came in, I want to say 3rd for superstar most likely to demand a trade.
We're going to get to that in the second part.
But I think that goes hand in hand with the Lakers being listed for team turmoil. It's not even so much the tumble part, it's the turmoil, because in anticipation that LeBron would ask for a trade, which, to be fair, would lead to some turmoil for the Lakers.
To be fair, is it a slight or is it a, hey, there's some uncertainty and the West is that good?
Okay, but sorry about all your ESPN friends. You can tell them this at your next convention or whatever. Boston and Indiana have already had their turmoil. Back in the playoffs, they lost their 2 star players for most, if not all, of this upcoming season, as did Milwaukee. I would argue those 3 teams have already experienced turmoil, so they should be 1, 2, 3 in whatever order you want. Yeah. And then, okay, maybe LeBron's going to ask out, and maybe Devin Booker's going to ask out. So now it's time for the teams that might have people leaving, big-time stars. First of all, I don't think LeBron's going anywhere. That's just me. It's not like he and I had coffee at the Brentwood Farmers Market the other day.
That's a great farmers market.
It's top-notch. But, yeah, come on. Teams have already experienced a turmoil. They should be higher up on this list.
You see it as a slight?
No, I think, honestly, in some ways, it's an acknowledgement that, the Lakers, if we're being honest, they are always something of a dramatic team.
Yeah.
Like, this is a franchise that is always connected to some degree of drama, if for no other reason that everyone's always paying attention to them. So anything that happens is treated as like a 5-alarm fire or an emergency. Like, the smallest of things with the Lakers get a lot of attention.
Always been that way.
And LeBron is somebody that has always both commanded and, frankly, demanded a lot of attention. So you put those elements together and a perception that I think is understandable that LeBron is not completely at peace with his relationship with the Lakers right now. And I understand why, on the heels of the opt-in and the statement from Rich Paul that was kind of cryptic, some social media stuff that can be interpreted a lot of different ways. I get all that. I just think at the end of the day, there's really nowhere for LeBron to go easily that is better than where he is right now. A team that won 50 games, one of the few players in the league, Luka, that's actually better than him to be one of his teammates. LeBron clearly doesn't want to leave L.A. He had many opportunities to leave, and he hasn't.
And he's playing with his son. Son's got 2 more years on his contract.
Yeah, I look, if things go sideways this season, could I see LeBron asking out? Sure. But that's always a factor if things go sideways. But there's no reason to anticipate things going sideways.
Yep.
Guys, good work. We're going to break. Lakeshow fans, remember, you can be part of this show each week. Feel free to send us your questions and comments. We'd love to hear from you. We're taking a break. When we return, more on the Lakers roster moves and if they're done for the start of the season. And welcome back to the Lake Show podcast. If you're enjoying the show, you can check out more original podcasts from our Spectrum News journalists on the Spectrum News app. Just head to the podcast section to listen to the latest episodes. You can download the Spectrum News app on the App Store or Google Play. Guys, Laker roster, likely the one that they will start the 25-26 NBA season with. Brett Siegel of Clutch Points reporting that the Lakers are interested in seeing what Gabe and Maxi Kleber can provide, what kind of value they can provide for this team. They're very excited about these guys. They could also be movable pieces at a later date. Where do you stand on Maxi and Gabe? Well,
Gabe, he had a rough first year with the Lakers of that 3-year contract he signed. Injury, that was the problem. Just couldn't quite crack the rotation, barely played that year. Much improved last season. But now he's an expiring contract. About $12 million a year. I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be real good. I was impressed by what I saw from him last year. Not quite Miami Gabe. That was like helping them win playoff series a few years ago. But I think he's going to have a similar season. And don't forget to be motivated in the contract year. Kleber, I always kind of liked him. Last year before he got hurt, he wasn't having a great season. Yeah. Just a few points a game, a couple rebounds a game, 27% from 3. So they're going to need more from him. Another guy in a contract year. He had a lot of injuries last year, too. Both those guys, when you're in a contract year, you're hungry. You are hungry. So
it's funny. I always laugh with Kleber in the sense that whenever there are conversations about the Lakers and backup center, and I'm as guilty of this as everybody else who talks about the Lakers, it's always either Jackson Hayes or are they going small? Everybody forgets that Maxi Kleber is on
That's
this
actually
team.
true, including me.
Yes, I am as guilty of this as everybody else. And what makes this funny is the last evidence, like tangible evidence we saw of J.J. Redick playing any center in the playoffs was actually Maxi Kleber.
And he hadn't played the whole year, basically.
He crunched. It was the first time.
In an elimination game.
Yeah, in an elimination game, crunch time.
Yeah.
Like, he basically needed name tags to know who his teammates were. He'd barely practiced with them. Like, I'm going to be honest, I thought it was kind of insane that JJ went there, but nonetheless, it's still signs of JJ seeing something with Kleber.
Right.
Like, to put him out there in that context. So does that mean that Kleber is already in JJ's mind in the rotation or anything like that? Not necessarily, but he saw something.
Okay, if he's healthy and he can get back to playing how he did in Dallas, is he valuable for this team?
Yeah, only because he stretches the floor, which Jackson Hayes and DeAndre Ayton simply don't do as big men for the Lakers. Let's not forget we lost Dorian Finney-Smith as well on the Lakers team. So another guy who loved his corner threes. And I think if Clay, but thank you for saying his name the right way. I continue to butcher it. Should probably ask him at media day how much he hates me because of that. And he can get a couple rebounds, score a little points too. I did like his career arc in Dallas until last season. Like I said, even before the injuries, he was not having a good year.
Clay was another one that's like, hey, world, don't forget about me. I'm showing off my new bod.
Oh, he is jacked and shredded.
And ready.
I mean, he looks like somebody from 300 or like Game of Thrones. Like he looks like he's out there like
he's the mountain,
just pillaging.
He
towns.
really is the forgotten guy, though, in all of this.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, we all do this. We forget that he's on this team other than talking about, well, could his contract be used to get
right. Only when you see a depth chart of the Lakers, you're like, oh, yeah, Clay was like the third string center.
Depth chart. I'm not joking. I've seen a depth chart that it forgot
Without
that didn't include him.
Yeah.
Like, I've actually seen one.
That graphics person is gone.
We're not getting Maxey.
So more from ESPN. They predicted what stars they think will request a trade, okay? Zion, Giannis, LeBron, Ja, Trae Young. So this is what you guys had kind of mentioned. AK, you had mentioned maybe that's factoring in. Then there's a report, a recent report says the Warriors have been interested in trading for James for at least 18 months, with reports of calls made to the Lakers on multiple occasions, including at the 2024 and 2025 deadlines. Which star do you think maybe goes or asks, or do you even
none of the above?
Do you believe the Warriors stuff?
I think Devin Booker is probably going to have enough in Phoenix, so I'm going to go F. Neither A, B, C, D, or E. I think Giannis is going to be staying in Milwaukee. I really have a good feeling about him staying there. I think LeBron stays here. Who are the other guys?
Ja, Zion.
Zion makes a lot of sense. AK, I know you've talked about him wanting out because of what is going on with that franchise. Trae Young, Atlanta's on an uptick. He's
ungrateful, man. All those pieces they just put around him.
Right.
Why is he asking to leave?
No, he's happy. I mean, Atlanta could be like a top 4 team in the East.
Do you see LeBron ever playing for the Warriors? I mean, everyone's fascinated with that because of Steph and LeBron together in the Olympics, right? I mean, would it have already happened?
First of all, it's extremely complicated to make that work. Like, I've actually recently discussed this on Locked on Lakers because of this report from Jake Fisher, who, he's very plugged in, good, responsible reporter.
Yeah.
But, like, in thinking about the machinations for this, you could go LeBron and Bronny, and I'm not even including LeBron and Bronny, like Bronny's a package deal. They have to go together. You have to include Bronny in order to make the money work. Mm-hmm. But LeBron and Bronny for Jimmy Butler. But to me, that's a downgrade for the Lakers. And I don't know if I necessarily want to get into the Jimmy Butler business when you're not sure he wants to be with you. We've seen how that goes. Yeah. I don't think the Lakers would be interested in a sign-and trade for Kuminga. Like, he does not strike me as a J.J. Redick player. Then you start getting into, like, LeBron and Bronny for Draymond Green and Moses Moody. Like,
it gets complicated.
Well, we're under 90, but I did want to bring something up, totally changing gears. Are Dallas fans bummed Micah Parsons just got traded to the Green Bay Packers? They've lost Luka Doncic and they've lost Micah Parsons.
Yeah, what is Paige Becker safe?
Speaking of trades,
I mean, what a year for Dallas sports fans.
Yeah, right? I mean, hey, I went to school in Wisconsin, have some good friends on a group text with a lot of Packer fans.
If Paige wants to come to Sparks, we're all in.
Yeah, right. My Packer friends are not unhappy about this trade.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very excited about Micah Parsons. Crazy deal. 10 days before the first football Sunday.
2 first-round picks involved.
We are not far removed from Jerry Jones saying this is just part of the negotiations, just part of the game. I wonder, do they have time to add like a 9th episode
188 million guaranteed.
Of the Netflix documentary about Jerry Jones?
Ooh, that might be on the cutting room
floor. By the way, I got something for you, too. Rondo apparently is eyeing 2028 Olympics, not as a basketball player, but as a quarterback for the flag football
team. Another former Dallas athlete.
This is absolute crazy. I mean, if he's one of our best quarterbacks for Team USA, he's good. And what about guys who just left the NFL, like Carson Wentz and those kind of guys? Like they're not going to play flag football? I mean, good for Rajon, though. It's kind of funny.
Guys, you killed it. Thanks for listening to the Lake Show podcast. If you like what you hear, leave us a rating, review on your favorite podcast app. We want to hear from you. So send us your questions. Hit us up on Twitter. Geeter3, Mike Bresnahan. Check out the Cam Brothers, AK, and BK. Until next week, everybody. Good luck.
Did you know there's a new way to watch your favorite team, and it's available exclusively to Spectrum customers this season? You can watch Lakers games on Spectrum Sportsnet Plus with the NBA app on us when you add internet and at least one mobile line. This offer is a slam dunk total value of $194.99. To learn more, head to spectrum.com/getlakers.